One of the things that happens when we're put in situations that are beyond the capacity for us to metabolize, let's say, or digest, or to integrate, we put it on hold. And people do that in a variety of ways. Many people store very intense emotional stuff in the body. We see this all the time with post-traumatic stress. And then there's a struggle for people to try to figure out, how can I process this? I have a patient right now, was in Vietnam, still acting out, still using drugs and alcohol to try to self-medicate, to deal with how can I process the emotions that happen to me. And one of the things that we're trying to give with this technology is the yoga and meditation, to give people the capacity to integrate what happened to them, to be able to find words and express it, and disassociate it from being stuck in some part of their body so that it can be integrated into them as a full person. Because let's face it, people see some really horrible stuff. I've treated policemen and firefighters and EMTs, and I know they sometimes can't even reveal what's happened to them. You know, sometimes they can only talk to each other. Sometimes they can only talk to themselves. And yoga and meditation give you the capacity to diffuse, so to speak, and to assimilate those things that have happened to you, so that when, to me, post-traumatic stress occurs when we don't have the opportunity, we don't have the capacity, we don't have the ability in order to integrate some of these crazy things that people go through, whether it's fires or accidents or just the horror of trauma. But yoga and meditation begin the process of giving us the ability to shift that energy. Because as a doctor of Oriental medicine, I look at everything as the flow of energy. And, the breath is the key. So one of the key things that we want to teach in this process is just how to control our breathing. Because ultimately in yoga, if you can control your breath, you can control your emotions, you can control your mind. If you watch people when they fight or they're upset, the first thing that stops is they breathe shallow, or they even stop breathing, they'll hold their breath. And then when people begin to reach resolution, you'll see them go like this. If you're arguing with somebody and they do that, they're beginning the process of de-stressing, of taking back control of their own breath, of helping the energy to move smoothly. They're not holding it anymore, they're releasing it. And that's part of this process. Well, the thing that's so fascinating to me about first responders is the fact that I know myself, I'm already on overwhelm. Between all the businesses and all the family and all the community obligations that I have, if I were to add on top of that, being a first responder and having to deal with the trauma, it seems incredible to me. And that's one of the motivations for sharing some of these tools, because I know for myself how important it is that I take the time to meditate every day, to do yoga every day, to chant every day. And that gives me the capacity to be calm during my day, no matter how intense it is. And that's why we wanted to share with first responders, because we know already the bar is set so high in terms of stress levels in our society that people who have additional stress even need more tools. And that's why we were so excited about sharing some of these tools with people who are in some of the most stressful situations in our society.